Hello everyone, this is the Mega Construx Halo Infinite Energy Sword. And I'm just going to get right into the good stuff. This is one of my personal favorite Halo sets the Mega Construx has ever made. Even back when there were Mega Blocks. This thing is so cool to me as a Halo fan and a fan of brick-based construction stuff. Because look at this, you can actually wield it. I don't have much space to move this thing around here. I think I got a spot where I can do a little slice here. You should be able to hear the wind as it cuts it. I mean, this thing is properly wieldable. It has that much durability. I'm not worried about it breaking apart. Of course, it can be broken apart if you're rough with it. It's not something that's sufficient for LARPing or anything like that. But just the fact that I built this from just basic bricks using simple instructions. There is no Halo, there's no Sangheili energy sword frame piece in here. This is all just regular stuff, regular parts. And the fact that it's built from regular parts like that, and I can do this, and it's big, and I can put it on display, it just makes me happy. So the blade parts are based on a very, very pale light blue translucent color. And then they marble in a little bit of dark blue that's opaque and some white that's opaque. They're just marbling the different colors together like Mega has been doing for years. It's a little bit random and it results in different patterns, and no two swords will be absolutely identical. Some people would probably prefer to see just a single color used, just a consistent trans light blue color used for this. But I personally think that would be relatively plain, less realistic, less interesting, less cool to see on display. So I think that they made a pretty good choice here. And what's amazing is that, let me turn this a little bit to the side so you can see just a little bit better. Look at that. The thickness is the thickness of a single brick throughout most of this. Look at that. Single brick thickness until we get down to the base. Yeah, there are a couple of transparent pieces, transparent clear pieces just between here. That's absolutely crucial. They don't show up all that well with the white background. Sorry about that. But yeah, those do need to be there. They are visible in normal lighting conditions, but they don't stand out too much. But right down in here, there is one layer of extra plates on either side, and then an extra layer of tiles on top of that to smooth it out. So you do have a little bit of extra thickness just down there at the base. And then the handle is done with a lot of studs on the side construction using parts that I believe are unique to Mega Construx. A lot of the little 1x1 brackets with a stud on the side or a stud on both sides. They're based on plates, just awesome pieces. Such useful pieces that allow you to do things in such small spaces. It's wonderful. Yeah, you fully build that up. It's done in multiple sections, and then you kind of clamp everything together. And ultimately, once it's all done, there are two studs on either side of the blade, so you can turn this upside down as well, and they fit into the stand. So the stand has upside down building right here. That's an upside down brick, 2x3. Got a couple of clamps on either side that don't do anything other than just basically, they're mostly for show. I guess they help a little bit. And then down here at the center of the base, that's a printed little slope right there. It says Halo Infinite. On the other side, one that says Energy Sword. Do we really need that? I don't know if we really need that part there to say Energy Sword. And then moving over here, again, upside down 2x3 bricks, just a stack of them. You can see how Mega Construx bricks with this perfect lighting here. You can see the slight waviness. They're still not perfect, right? They still have just a little bit of shaping to them. I think they come out of their molds just a little bit quick, which helps them to be cheaper, as they tend to be. But yeah, that's just the reality of things. And to take this off the stand, it's very, very easy. You don't have to worry because, like I said, there's only one stud there. And what's one stud down there, you can see the opposite ones right here. And the other one is right there, part of that slope piece. But yeah, I want to pick this up. So I'm just going to rotate it around to make it easier for myself and just wiggle that off. Actually, no, it's now that I want it to come off, it's staying on a little bit harder than I wanted. There we go. That's good. You don't want this thing to fall off when you don't want it to. But yeah, just those two studs. Here's the one that was down at this side, and that's it. And it doesn't bend too much, looking down the length of it from gravity. You know, there's a little bit of gravity warp, just the tiniest bit when it's on its side, but most of the time you're going to be using it like this. And the tongs, the forks stay pretty well parallel. There's really nice shaping in there. I love the design, you know, all this kind of agate sort of look. It's supposed to represent, you know, plasma energy, like hard light, essentially. I just think it looks super cool, and I'm just really happy with this thing in its completed form. Look forward to displaying it in my Halo room, that's for sure. The kit comes with 567 pieces, and it costs $50 from Target, at least $50 US, which honestly is a little bit more than I would have expected for this amount of stuff. It is kind of being presented as more of a premium collector product, and I still would get it for myself if I didn't have this channel. You know, as a Halo fan, it's just a super cool thing, and especially as a fan of brick-built construction stuff. This also comes with a code that you'll eventually be able to use once the game actually comes out, that you'll be able to use to get a little bit of something extra in-game. They don't tell you exactly what that would be. But yeah, $50 does feel like a little bit more than I would have expected. I may be a little bit spoiled in saying that because I had a friend who worked at GameStop who let me know when this thing came in stock. And if I bring it up closer, you know, it's the other Mattel, the original Mattel thing. So this was bigger, and this cost $60 US regular retail price when it was released a few years ago or so. And this you actually can swing around with no worries. You can beat it up. It's a little bit soft, and it's louder than I remember. It has lights and sounds. You're not going to see the lights here as, you know, all that great, but you know, this is larger, and I feel it just has a little bit more value. Now, that said, I do feel like this looks better on display personally, but just when it comes to value, you know, so this is kind of my benchmark. And if you're just looking for an energy sword-like thing to display, there are still, you know, these cheap knockoff type things available. I think when I got this one, oh wow, the size of that is very close. I think when I got this one, it was like $30. Seems like they're way more expensive now, but you know, it's a thing. Comes with a little stand as well that you can use to put it up like on a wall to hang it. But for what this is, it's very well designed, to be sure. I do feel like it's a little bit expensive, but I love the look of it. I love the build of it. It's very pure. It's just pieces put together. Relatively straightforward construction as far as Mega Construx stuff goes. You know, it tends to be a good deal more advanced than the leading brand. But yeah, happy with the fact that you can wield it is just completely unexpected. That's definitely well above and beyond, and speaks to the design work and also the quality of the pieces. Even though it's not perfect, the quality of the pieces, you know, when you look really close and you've got light, you know, flat glare coming off it, you can see just a little bit of warping on some of the parts. But the clutch power is obviously quite good these days, unlike it was back in the day. So yeah, pretty satisfied with the quality, the look of it, so the display value and the play value, which is completely over the top. Enough gushing from me. Hopefully I've put in a little bit of balance, give you some pros and cons as well, and I'll talk to you again soon.